भाई ये तो 345 दिखा रहा है यार मेरे में।
भाई मेरे में 427 रुपये दिखा रहा है भैंस की आंख।
मेरे में 307 रुपये दिखा रहा है।
वे इतना कैसे?
ONDC is a platform built by the government of India to help small businesses do online commerce or e-commerce for almost zero commission. Maybe this is too good to be true. And actually, there are some hidden charges you have no idea about. So we'll talk about the actual platform. Will Amazon, Myntra, Swiggy, Zomato, all of them go out of business because now the government has put its hand in it? Or is there something that the government and this platform is hiding from you? We'll uncover the truth in this video. So before we actually do that, click on a like, click on a subscribe. Guys, tell them to like, subscribe.
Guys, please subscribe, like कर लो यार.
You heard them. Before we understand ONDC, let's understand how Amazon or Flipkart or even Myntra actually function. So what I'll draw over here is a basic business model, and I'm watering this down. This is your platform. Now I'll call this platform because this can be anyone. This can be Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, Swiggy, Zomato, doesn't matter. Now on this platform, their job is to do demand and supply matching, which means we have demand, which are people like you and me who are actually trying to make a transaction for something else. So over here we have then, so these as users, and this is, let's call them sellers. Now, in Zomato's case, the sellers become restaurants. In Myntra's case, the sellers become people who want to sell clothes. So manufacturers like like Levi's or H&M, Tommy Hilfiger, etc. They become people selling on the platform. For Flipkart, it's all the other sellers, right? All the branded goods, for example. Now, the platform's job is to actually enable this sale, make sure there's a marketplace, make sure there's price discovery happening. They will run discounts, they will get users. There's a tech aspect of it. Technology will enable to collect PII data, which is personal data, store preferences, recommend the correct item to the users, etc., etc. And there's also a delivery aspect where they actually have to deliver. So, and then there's delivery, right? So this is a very bad truck over here, which is actually delivering something, okay? And so this is logistics. Now the problem over here is this platform controls which seller is able to see what product. So for some reason, I like XYZ product better. I'm able to showcase that product more. So the power now actually goes to the platform and not the seller. So the marketplace isn't that fair. It becomes a platform play. In many cases, you'll be surprised to know these many $1 billion are being spent by sellers to advertise on Amazon itself, because Amazon will not show your product first. There's so many products there. This creates a monopolistic like situation, and ONDC is supposed to put a stop to all of this and make it more fair. There's another thing that these sneaky guys do, right? So let's suppose we are selling, say, laptop cases a lot, and many people are buying it, and this is sold by XYZ company, XYZ. Once Amazon realizes that a particular item has high demand, it will manufacture the same item, put it in first place. For example, you have Amazon Basics, and that's where they're selling the highest items. That's where the gross margin is. Now, this is not particular to Amazon. Even Apollo Pharmacy, for example, does it. Myntra does it. Nykaa does it. That's how they make money. People come because they're attracted to Puma and Adidas, and then they might buy, say, a John Jacobs from Lenskart, which is owned by Lenskart. So this is a common practice. To break all of these things, ONDC comes into the picture. Now, because the platform controls all of this, the platform charges a commission. I don't know why I'm writing dollars, hai to rupees, but aadat hi pad gayi अंग्रेजों की. Anyway, rupees. So because they're charging in rupees, the cost increases for the user. Now, ONDC says they will not charge this platform fees, which is why things are cheaper. So ONDC is a private not-for-profit company, and these are the people who actually own stakes in it. You'll see some private companies, you'll see banks, you'll also see a lot of government-owned enterprises which own this company. Exactly like UPI, banks have stakes in UPI and they are trying to build it in the same model. Now, as we explain this model, Here in ONDC, you'll still have sellers, you'll still have logistic partners, you'll still have users. The only difference is the platform in this case is ONDC and they will not take commission. And they will allow local commerce for grocery, food delivery, hotel booking, travel booking, and everything else. Basically, imagine all the small businesses coming to a central location and be able to sell without having a single platform dominating over it. And India runs on these small businesses. I think India as a nation needs probably another 10 million smaller businesses to actually become number one in the world in terms of GDP versus having 1,000 more Infosys hiring people to work there. I think we're a nation of entrepreneurs, and if you think you want financial freedom and want to build wealth over the long term, you should join LearnApp Prime. Every weekend we run these classes where if you have the grit, we'll teach you from basics to intermediate how to create wealth in the stock market. That's through investing. We teach small businesses how to build a business as well, and many other things. But there's a problem. This is not for everyone. Only the gritty survive. So we have an application process and only 30% get in. So if you think you have what it takes and you have a long-term mindset, attend the LearnApp Prime session. Anyway, now we're going to talk a little bit more about ONDC versus its competition, Amazon and the rest. Look at this chart over here. You'll see this is the basic ONDC architecture. So on top, you have seller apps. These are Kirana stores, e-commerce players, self-help groups, even small handicraft sellers. All of these list on ONDC. Now, in most cases, Amazon, for example, or Myntra, for example, select these sellers on the basis of a criteria. ONDC is unlikely to make those checks. It's likely to let everyone come in as long as they fit a basic criteria. And then we have the registry and reputation system, which is nothing but a feedback system. A good marketplace makes sure that it has competitive pricing and also fair reviews to know which product or which company is actually doing a good job in everything from the quality of the product all the way to customer service. So that's what the reputation ledger does. Again, that's part of ONDC. The logistics, they will basically partner with logistic players like delivery, etc., etc. It's not owned by ONDC. They will get players on top of this platform. In certain cases, like say Amazon and Flipkart, they have their own logistical systems, and for that they charge a fee. Since they're partnering, they won't be charging that fee. Then we have buyer apps. Not only can seller apps come in, on the buyer side, banks, food delivery, ride-hailing apps can also list and bring in people. So now you're basically seeing why it's called a platform. ONDC is just the tech. Everyone else is registering and coming in this central location. What they're really solving for is trust. Now, how do you actually check and buy on ONDC? I'm not sure if it's cheaper or not.
कम तो है यार, price कम है.
Love. What is this? Okay. So, all right. So what you have to do is, go to say a Paytm, search for ONDC, click on that, and now you've entered the ONDC world. Here you can buy all of the different things that you can from other apps. So I've selected food and I went into Hyderabadi biryani to see what I get over here. As you can see, I ordered one veg dum Hyderabadi biryani, 181.3. I can see there is a delivery fee. I guess that's how these guys are paid, the logistic partner. I can see their taxes. Well, that's how the government gets paid. And then there's convenience fee, which is 0. In this case, normally there is a convenience fee. Wo 0 ho gaya. There's a packaging charge that's going to the seller. That's the restaurant in this case. And then there's a discount code applied. Discount? I'm not sure whether discount is happening. Anyway, you can see the pay 282 rupees is over here, 282. Now what's interesting is I'm buying Hyderabadi biryani through Paytm, which is connected to ONDC. That's interesting. But now the same thing I'll open, and in Zomato I can see the same thing is 301.95. And I can check that how this is calculated. I can see this GST and all these other costs. But there is a difference, right? 301 versus 282. That's the difference. So the key thing over here is the platform that is run by ONDC, and that requires tech. For this tech, we have Wipro, TCS, HCL, Tech Mahindra, all these companies actually maintaining, building and iterating on this technology. Basically, the government is giving this tech to all small businesses. Pretty cool. But what is it really solving? So these are the key problems ONDC really wants to address vis-a-vis existing private player platforms. There is limited competitiveness of new sellers. There's a concentration risk giving platforms excessive power. Exactly how I can feature this particular product better because for some reason Amazon likes them. So that will go away. No portability of trust for sellers. So once I have a reputation system on ONDC, I can use it everywhere else to show what reputation that seller actually has. And then there's, of course, the difficulty faced by sellers who want to be on multiple platforms. So now once you're listed on ONDC, all the partner apps would reflect your product. So this is really good for small businesses who just don't have the bandwidth to go everywhere and list. So that way, it's pretty good. And finally, how are they actually doing this? I'll read it out. One, it'll provide a single window for all e-commerce activities, as you can see. Two, it's a common system of communication between all the different stakeholders. That is the users, the logistics, sellers, tech, etc. And there's a unifying cataloging system where all online players, or who want to be online at least, are there on a single platform. And this hopefully enables a better marketplace and sellers to access a wider reach of people. With all of this, ONDC is doing well with delivery of food. It's actually hit 10,000 orders per day, so it's getting some scale. But all isn't rosy. There is something wrong with this platform. Now, the most obvious problem here is this. If a seller is listed on the ONDC platform, Amazon can simply just give more discounts and push the products it wants. Now, ONDC may be very fair and like a marketplace, but small sellers will still get squeezed in the long run. That's one problem. The second is the silent liability on a product. Remember when you ordered something from Swiggy or Zomato and khana hi nahi aaya? Or you ordered something from Amazon and andar patthar the? Never happened to me, but we've heard so many stories. But luckily, in most of these platforms, the customer service is really good. Who the hell is going to take care of customer service for ONDC? I think that's where the differentiation will happen and maybe the private players will win. What do you think about it? Put it in the comments below. Then there is no clarity on how existing laws will apply for an open platform. Think about it. All the laws that are in place are for corporate India, the Companies Act, societies, not for profit. We don't have specific laws for open platforms like this. One of the issues may be, say, liability on a bad product. Who's going to do that part? So we don't have clarity on this. These three things are not something I came up with or people over here came up with. We actually found this from the parliamentary committee report. The government is criticizing itself and trying to find a better way out. We saw that the prices were cheaper with ONDC, but you noticed that coupon code, this one, ONDC50, who is giving that discount coupon? Get ready. Hold up, this doesn't make sense. We criticize Amazon and Flipkart from taking VC money, doing a discount, and then saying we are doing great business, and they call it GMV. Well, that's why they don't make a profit. But isn't the government doing the same thing? I'm not sure. Maybe this is a way to get users on the platform. And I understand the discount works. But once they remove the discount, will the platform actually be cheaper? I don't have answers, I just have questions. I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. Maybe we can learn from each other. Please put in your thoughts below. What happens when the discount goes away? Whatever said and done, ONDC is actually one of the exciting projects the government is building. Not a lot of governments out there build great tech products that are being used at scale. Think about Aadhaar, UPI, FASTag, toll pe khada rehna padta hai and then you drive past. All of this tech, including ONDC, is built by iSpirit, which is a network of professionals, including GST actually, network of professionals supported by Nandan Nilekani and all the other companies you can imagine, including Flipkart and Amazon and Meesho and all these other companies. Even Zerodha is a supporter. iSpirit is a conglomerate that is trying to digitize India and build stuff at scale. They have some pretty cool projects as well. I think now they have something called FASTag will be faster, where every motion sensor is kept on the toll gate and you don't have to stop. It will be charged 1 rupee per kilometer standard across the country and you just zip through it. There'll be no toll booth. But मेरे को लगता है toll booth तो तोड़ देंगे. So I don't know how they're doing that. Everything is not tech. But it's interesting. UPI is also being used all the way abroad and it seems like credit cards future is going to change a lot. All of this is happening with iSpirit. So round of applause for the Indian government for actually being able to execute this and quite successfully at stage. We've talked about iSpirit in detail on this video over here, so do check it out. if you found this good, यार देखो बहुत मेहनत लगती है बना के. So if you thought this was nice, please give a nice review in the comments, give a like, give a subscribe, and watch another damn video. We're also doing some nice podcast. Check Money and Me out as well. See you in the next video.